Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Jared Odero, who is a resident of Stockholm, Kenya-Stockholmer, who would like to share some views on the situation in Kenya. Mr. Odero, please welcome to the interview.
Thank you very much.
As a Kenyan in diaspora, what is your view towards the news that Kenyans in diaspora are not going to vote?
I'm disappointed. I expected that the IEBC would really live up to its expectation, which was to get the diaspora to vote. This is not going to happen. When the Justice Minister, Wamalwa, mentioned that there will be nothing, and then the chairman of the IEBC, Isaac Hassan, mentioned that he is not the final man to say whether we're going to vote or not, came up saying they don't have the resources in terms of manpower, plus the BVR kits. Well, I got shocked. I'm one of the people who signed the GEO petition to say that we still need to vote in the diaspora. Honestly speaking, we remit so much money, more than what the government gets from the international donors. We are a power in ourselves. But I believe that it could be the fear within the ruling elites that the diaspora really has a lot of power in terms of awakening the people, the masses in Kenya, in terms of making sure that these people must understand where they belong. So currently, even though they claim that we might or we will probably vote in 2017, the period required at the moment could be because the fear is there and that we might really influence those people. So again, I'm disappointed.
So what is your message to Kenyans in diaspora?
We Kenyans in the diaspora need to petition this. We need to be clear. We need to be having a voice in the issues concerning us in the diaspora in relation to our connection with our motherland, Kenya. Please, diaspora Kenyans, let us keep on talking because we need a revolution in Kenya. Let us not fear using the word revolution. Sometimes we think revolution is holding guns. No. Revolution includes making sure that we decolonize the mind. We've not done that yet.
If you are given a choice, what do you think are the most burning problems in Kenya which should be addressed by anybody who takes power?
Employment, which must be accompanied with a generation of new ideas, the usage of new technologies, innovation. Kenyans are very creative, but I'm sorry to mention that with the sticking around of the old guard who do not want to change, the sticking around of the status quo by a clique of people who do not want to open up for the general public, who do not want to accept that they must step down for the younger generation. This is the cause of our biggest problem. With job creation, there will be an involvement of all the generations in fulfilling the promise of making Kenya a rich country. We are not going to talk of being industrialized. We are not going to talk of 2030, the vision, without having ways of generating income. Second, security. Without a secure country, whereby anybody can hit us from the boundaries all the way into the domestic areas, we are going nowhere. Then, of course, we need to have people having the basic levels of living, the basic standards, shelter. We need water. We need accommodation. We need to see that our living standards improve because although we collect taxes from the common man, how do we use them? Yes, the outgoing president, Kibaki, has improved the infrastructure. He has improved and he has put in place macroeconomics to generate, whatever has been done, per capita, call it GDP, everything. But the question is this: is that translating into the well-being of Kenyans? I'm a fan of education, that's my area. But the question is this: are we using that properly? My biggest, argument has been that with all the free education from primary to secondary level for the past 10 years, and especially with secondary from the past 5 years, what is the expectation? The latest statistics says that we have over 800,000 completing different levels of education per year. Where do they end up? These guys need to be put in the formal market, whereby they need to generate income for the country so that there is a continuity of development. I still have beef with that. It's debatable, and that's an area we need, because without good education, we're going nowhere. There is a lot to be done, and I believe that it's not a matter of placing roads in certain sections of the country. More radical ways need to be developed. We need to market products from poor regions. Some regions have no roads. We might have good roads in certain parts of the country. So again, goes down to the level of why develop certain areas, but not generally the whole country. There is the issue of inequitable distribution of wealth, which we need to really work on.
Now, you've just, seen what has been going on in Kenya, especially in relation to the new CORD coalition. We understand that Raila Odinga has today been endorsed as CORD's presidential candidates, as other coalitions also struggle to set themselves up. What is your view?
First and foremost, I welcome the endorsement, and I believe that that's the right choice made by the people who attended the conference, and I believe that this is the direct way of making sure that the dream that Kenyans had to fulfill whatever they agreed upon collectively 10 years ago will be fulfilled. So I welcome it 100%.
Apart from that, what is your general view with respect to Raila Odinga's presidency?
Actually, without being biased, personally I welcome the endorsement of Raila Odinga, because if we have to fulfill the agenda of the new constitution, so far he is the right man to fulfill it. Yes, under the Grand Coalition government, he's done his best. He's shown that he's the way forward in terms of fulfilling the promise that Kenyans have had in endorsing the constitution. The referendum was very clear in 2010, and I believe that the way forward is to have a person who is committed, and his track record is very clear.
Now, Kalonzo Musyoka is currently a member of the CORD coalition. Kalonzo has had a lot of political problems behind him, dating back to the last general elections. What do you think about his involvement in the CORD coalition?
In Kenyan politics, there is no permanent enemy. There is no permanent friend. I welcome Kalonzo Musyoka's arrival in the CORD alliance, and I believe that with full commitment, with full acceptance of the alliance, he can fulfill what he has promised. Kalonzo is on record saying clearly that Kenya mbele, Musyoka nyuma. Kenya mbele, Raila nyuma. Kenya mbele, Uhuru nyuma. Kenya mbele, Wetangula nyuma. The issue is this: with Kenya ahead of the game and the leaders behind, we can put all the struggles and the wrangles of the past behind us and have the country ahead and fulfill whatever promises we've agreed upon in the pre-election agreements, plus on top of that fulfilling the agreement that we've had and the commitment we have for the Kenyan people. Now, whatever Kalonzo Musyoka has been labeled, msaliti, traitor, somebody who is kigeugeu, somebody who swings around and doesn't have a clear direction or position, let us say that he has a golden chance to relinquish those titles and fulfill a complete agenda for the development of Kenya. Mistakes are done. He asked for forgiveness during the signing of the agreement on the 4th of December, and I hope that he keeps his word. This is very important for the way forward.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I can say, let us hope that the new way forward at the moment, especially with the 3 months remaining to the elections, will be the way to chart the new Kenya that we've dreamt about, especially within the 10 years that is now winding up. Let us hope that the way forward will be the involvement of all Kenyans everywhere to make sure that Kenya is a better place for the next generation.
Thank you very much, Jared, for that interview with the KSB.
You're most welcome. I appreciate the time you've given me.